Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today the question I will answer is, why did God allow Satan to go into Eden? So this question is likely coming from the idea that, if God knew that Satan had the power to deceive Eve into eating the forbidden fruit and so on, why wouldn't he just prevent Satan from doing that so that Adam and Eve could remain in perfection, right? Wouldn't he be happier about that instead of seeing humanity to descend into sin? And the answer to this question lies in asking a different question. And that is, does a parent prefer to protect their children from every possible danger or bad situation? Or would they prefer to guide the child, but still give the child room to use their own sense of reasoning to decide? And in that process, they might make mistakes, right? A parent is not interested in trying to control every single little bit of a child's life, because the child's eventually going to have to live on their own. And so they need to be able to take decisions for themselves. And in that process, they might make mistakes. So similarly, God allowed Satan to enter the garden. And you can remember, before I even get to that, know that God had added the tree of the knowledge of good and evil there for the same purpose, to give Adam and Eve something to obey him with. If you cannot disobey God, you also can't obey God. Obedience only exists when there's the opportunity to disobey. So by putting the tree of knowledge of good and evil and by allowing Satan to enter the garden, it gave Adam and Eve the opportunity to demonstrate their loyalty. And as we know from the story, they failed, right? And God wasn't wishing that, I wish Satan didn't go there so that they wouldn't fail. No, it's like, okay, there's work to be done now. Then he started to introduce laws. He started to introduce commandments. He started to send prophets. He started to do that, to educate us on who Satan the devil is, what's the difference between good and evil, so that we can gradually mature. Okay? You can also see God allowed Satan to go to Jesus in Matthew chapter 4 for the same reason. The only difference is Jesus passed the test, whereas Adam and Eve failed. Okay? The test is a process of refinement, right? Jesus Christ himself had actually learned obedience by the things which he suffered, as it was said in Hebrews chapter 5, verse 8. And in Zechariah chapter 13, from verse 8 to 9, we discover that it is through trials and temptations that we are refined. Right? You can never purify a metal except if you heat it up to extreme temperatures. And the impurities gradually start to disappear, and what you're left with is the pure metal. So, similarly, right, the trials and temptations, James said we should rejoice when we're going through them, because they are for our learning, they are for our admonition, and they're to strengthen us in the faith. Right? He said, "Brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." So, God is not interested in Satan not tempting anybody. Of course, God is not the person who told Satan to tempt people. No, but he's not going to prevent Satan from doing that, because he knows that for those who are serious, it will actually be of benefit to them, that they see the other side and reject it, and as a result, get closer to him. So that answers that question. Why did God allow Satan to go into Eden? If you enjoyed this video, as I always say, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and be sure to check out the hundreds of other videos that we have on this channel and our other channels. So there's so many resources we have, and you will be greatly enriched if you take time to go through them. Have a great day, and God bless you.